Yeah.
Mm.
So
So you were
anyway.
prepared. And we are live. Thank you, ladies, for being here at Doing It Comfort. It's been a while. So much has happened. So much
God
in
bless
life.
you.
All these things happening in all these months, since all of the wonderful things these last since January has brought us. And
January.
yes, and that's why I have people. I had a friend of mine tell me today, can I move to Sweden? And I'm like, I don't know. We're kind of
Yeah.
having issues here. So
Oh
Mm.
I don't
gosh.
know.
Not this time of year. Try again in the spring. I would move in the spring or
And this is true. To
summer.
come here when it's dark,
Yeah, probably not. Been freezing.
well, it's not so cold. It's like, I think it's like 40 something now. 40,
Still
30.
colder than I would like.
What is that in real temperature measurements?
Oh,
Real.
it's like 8, 10.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cold.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. What is that in real temperature measurements?
Yeah, America is dumb. I'm still on. Why? I don't know why we're just not with everybody else.
Nah, but I mean, yeah, I don't know either. I was gonna, I was like, nope, can't help you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
we just all. It just would have made life so much easier if we would just all been on the same page.
And there was
Mhm.
one point where I remember in school where they were going through the metric system. And they were going
Mm.
through that, and I'm like, okay, because everyone in Europe is metric. We should be going metric. Even our measurements are half our measurements are in metric, even though we still have measurements of cup and half cup and blah 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 blah. The other things are still in metric, and no, not even the temperature. And it's so weird to try to convert the numbers in
Okay.
temperature. That
Yeah.
But then my parents grew up with the same system you guys
mm-hmm,
use.
Oh, you
Hmm.
mean
But
Fahrenheit?
they changed it.
mm-hmm.
The
Oh.
generation before me, they changed it. I don't know.
Mm.
Get out. Okay,
Yeah.
so that I didn't
So
know.
my mum uses like ounces and pounds and stuff, and I'm like, what are those?
I've never heard of that before. Even now, for me, I'm like ounces. I have to, grams. Okay, that I got. Okay,
Yeah.
grams. I
Yeah.
got. Because now but I still have recipes that use the regular. So I have to. I have the regular U.S. numbers, and then I have
A
the
table
metric stuff. But
comparison.
yeah,
Yeah.
and and the scale.
Mm.
Usually, the scale is the basic thing that I use. I don't even bother anymore. I'm like, just pull out the scale,
Yeah. And my
pour the
mum's
stuff on there.
talking about
Yeah.
yards and feet, and I'm just like, oh, sorry.
It's like, how tall are you?
I can do it with with height for people, but
Hmm.
everything else, when they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this many yard," I'm like, What does that mean?
Yeah. I don't know
Meters.
what the equivalent is in like meters.
It's 3 feet in a yard, right? Mm.
Is
Yeah.
it? I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's 3 feet in a
I,
yard, and one
Hmm.
foot is
I know it's
20,
12
12 inches.
inches.
12 inches is
Hmm.
a foot,
20,
Hmm.
20 something centimeters. It's
but I'm like, what are these weird divisions? Because at least with metric, everything is just tenths and hundredths,
hmm
so it all makes sense and it all fits neatly
Yeah. Yeah,
into,
it does.
you got 100 centimeters is a meter, 100 meters or 1,000 meters is or whatever, a kilometer, and then,
hmm
Mm.
but then with is it imperial?
Yep.
Imperial, it's like, oh, 12 of these is 14 of those, and 14 of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It just seems to be
Yeah.
because is it like 16? Is it 16 ounces in a pound or something?
I think so.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
Oh,
16
is it?
ounces is,
why
yeah,
16? Why the number 16? It's not a
because
round number.
It doesn't make
is
sense.
16 a pint or is 8 a pint?
I don't know.
16
I
is the
think
pint. I
And
think
I'm like,
16
pints
out.
is that? I'm like, but why? What are the limits?
Well, they still say they still use pints though in the UK.
That's true. They used to,
Mm.
but I
And
think they
drink wise, I think they should do it
yeah,
like when it comes to like beers and stuff
when
like
they
that.
used
And
to deliver milk door to door, it would come in pints, I
Mhm.
think. But I think now it's all metric.
liters, yeah,
Yeah, liters.
some liters.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing is for like babies, obviously they will tell you the baby was this many pounds, this many ounces, like the weight. But
Mhm.
apart from that,
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's down to grams now, apparently.
They do.
is it?
I didn't know that. When I was born, my weight was measured in pounds
Yeah.
and ounces.
Oh,
But now
some
that
people.
nowadays they do it in grams. I don't know why. They're like, oh, the baby was like 1.5 kilos or something.
Oh, really?
And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't like that for a baby. I don't like a baby being the size of a pack of drugs or something. I don't.
a kilo
He's
like
a kilo.
a bag of flour. It's like he's a bag of.
Yeah.
He's a bag of
Like
flour.
he's a nickel bag of baby.
Because one of my cousins had a baby on Wednesday, and they told us the pounds and ounces measurement. So I don't know, maybe
I
some
think
people.
hospitals have started switching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might go back and forth.
Why?
I was small. I think I was like, I'm sure my mom told me I was like either 4 or 5.
Oh my
you
gosh.
Oh, you were
That's
small.
so small.
You were little tiny thing.
I was like 2 weeks early. So I wasn't even that
premature.
early.
Yeah,
But
not that.
that still wouldn't be classified as premature. So I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
I had
yeah.
stayed in there for the 2 extra weeks. I don't know how much more I would have put on.
Yeah.
So put it back. She's not done.
And by the time when they come out, they always lose weight anyway. The first couple of days, I don't know what that's about. Yeah.
No
I'm
more
nodding
3.
like I know. I don't
No
know.
more 3 hots in a cot. That's what that's about.
They were eating real food, and now they switched to milk.
Yeah.
They were getting 3 hots in a cot and had to do nothing. Now they got to come out. They got to work for it.
To be honest, the way this world is going, I'm like, I was underweight. You should have put me back.
Listen, my Parker, he's 11. He said, "Mom, I did not ask to be here the other day," and I was just like, "Touche."
I would have been. And you said that to say what, young man? Because I can't take you out. No, stop.
Arguments with my parents.
Yeah.
That was like one of my arguments. I'd be like, you treating me like this, and I didn't ask to be here. This is I'm here because of you.
And you're an adult saying that. What is the child? You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's so weird when we say, we didn't ask to be here, and it's like they have nothing. It's like they got nothing, but they're still pissed. Like,
gosh.
It's like, you're right, but don't be saying that to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because 9 months you was in here.
Well,
eating
and less than that.
Yeah, a little less. Yeah, you were a little less because you was Miss Speed Gonzalez, and
yeah, you were ready to meet the world. You were sick of it, ready to meet the world.
See, that 2 weeks early. That's what happened. Then you come out. I didn't ask. Yes, you did, because you came out early. So in essence, you wrong. You came out earlier than you were even supposed to.
Yeah, my mom said that I was quite fast. She said that I was nearly born on the way to the hospital.
Oh wow. Dang, girl.
You were eager.
I remember seeing this video of this woman. She was just, it's been out for a while. I think it's probably a few years old. She was literally like on that last second of giving birth. And I think there was a nurse or a midwife they were getting her from the parking lot. And she was already giving birth.
Oh, wow.
And she had to step up on the sidewalk and it would have been inside the door. And that baby went right through her pants leg and she caught it.
Oh.
Yep. Her husband was holding her and the nurse was they caught the baby and there were, I think, 2 policemen on the side or whatever, guards, and they were like, you need help? They're like, no, we got it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
And there she, now mind you, no like wheelchair has come out, no stretcher has come out, and they're still like, oh, can you step up on the curb? She gotta step up on the curb.
Oh my gosh. Which
whole
country was
inside-
that, Jermaine?
Huh?
Which country was that?
It was probably the US. It was
That
probably
sounds
because
so.
it was
yeah,
hilarious. I just looked. I was like, oh my gosh, because you just see the baby go, vroom, and
oh
she
my
caught it before it hit the
gosh,
ground because she was standing up. She was walking. They were trying to get her in the hospital.
wow.
I'm like, fast.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because one of my friends posted quite a few years ago that something similar happened. Like they were
Hmm.
practically almost ready to give birth there in the parking lot
It
before
was
they
probably the
even got
same
in the
one.
hospital. Well, I don't.
It's been around for it's been if it's a few years old, it's not new.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it, I went, "Oh, this is old," but I'm like, "Oop, oop,
Mm.
still fresh." It
Mhm.
still happened.
Hmm.
But
Power
my,
to her.
huh?
Go,
Yeah,
sis, go. I
truly.
said, power to her. Salute, honey.
I admire some of those women in the parking lot, in the car, or
Yeah.
driving themselves to the hospital in the car and giving birth at the same time while they're trying to get themselves to the hospital. I'm like, no,
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm.
You know, they're like, I got it. You're
Oh
driving, and
yeah.
I'm like,
Mm-mm.
Mm.
and I don't understand why we still don't have control.
Well,
Control.
yeah.
Ah. So how are you guys doing from this spring to fall, spring to summer to fall?
Wow. I can't believe that it's autumn now already.
I know.
Mhm.
And the leaves almost have fallen off now.
Yeah.
Over here, at least. It's like, it
Well.
was really pretty like 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, it's gone now. The snow is coming. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, oh, recently snow was coming.
Well, up north, it's
Oh,
already snowing. So,
Mm.
it's just a matter of time. And
that's
it's
crazy.
it's already, this is November already, so it can come at any
Mm.
given moment.
Mhm.
All of a sudden it snows, and then it's like, okay, boots. I don't think there was
Mm.
a point where I didn't have a jacket on the whole year. I must have either a
Really?
sweater or a jacket on the whole year.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you
Wow.
guys had like a serious like little heat wave in
Yeah,
London.
we
You
did.
guys had it warm for a long time. And
That's so crazy. It feels like so long ago, but it was literally like a few months ago. I don't know. Maybe I've had a lot of things happening this year. Maybe that's why it feels like that for me.
Mhm.
Like, like it
It's been
wasn't as
crazy.
consistent this year as it was. Do you remember like the first year of the pandemic in 2020?
Yeah, yeah.
Was
Mm.
I don't think the heat wave we had then has been
Mm,
replicated. Like we've had hot
yeah,
summers, but not
Hmm.
like
yeah.
that.
And
Mhm.
That one
then
was
the
crazy.
Yeah, and then the next year we had another one, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the time that in my household, me and my family, we got COVID. So we were just like in the heat with COVID. It's
Oh
like,
man.
I
Ooh.
think anyway, I think there was a heat wave, unless I'm mixing up the years, but there was the year that it was 40, wasn't it? And it was like
Yeah.
I couldn't even sleep in my room because my room gets really hot in the morning, so I had to
Hmm.
sleep in the front room just to like
Wow.
save myself.
Mhm.
But yeah.
No, that's we did not have, well, like our our dining, like a dining room area that gets really warm, but
Mm,
that's only because it's mostly windows, and the
Mhm.
sun rises on that side. So when the sun comes in,
yeah.
we're like, no, blinds down, everything
Mhm.
closed, and we try to
Mm,
open up in the living room, and then when the sun comes over, it's right on the living room, so
same.
we try to close
Yeah.
that up and open up the other side.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, so because we have no AC and we have the
Mm,
fans. And it's like, how are we gonna put AC in these gigantor windows, even though
mm.
they have standing ones? And it's like, it's just gonna take up more space.
Mm.
We'll be okay. But we have air conditioning in the summer house, so when it gets too bad, it's like, oh, let's go to the summer house.
Mhm.
I really bought myself an aircon unit this summer, but then every time I went to there was a shop that was like advertising them a lot, and every time I went in there, they had sold out.
Oh,
And then by the time they brought them back in, the prices had gone back up, and I was like, I
oh,
can't afford this, so I just
oh,
didn't buy one.
oh,
My sister has now has two air conditioning units in her home. I'm
oh,
like, can
wow.
you?
Mhm.
Really? It's
Um,
like,
Share,
can
sister,
you?
share.
yeah, But
Please share.
yeah, because in my flat, it gets really, really, because it's south facing as well.
Mm.
And it's a new build, and the way they build new buildings, these in London at least I know, they make them extremely efficient at keeping in heat for the winter time.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm.
barely have to put my heating on during the winter because it's always warm here. But
Wow.
then the flip side of that means that summers are
Extremely
extremely
hot.
hot. So this summer, let's say outside is like 25 centigrade,
Mm.
inside is over 30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if I open the windows or put the fans on, like it doesn't do anything. I think I
Wow.
spent the whole summer with all the curtains drawn in my flat because it was
Mm.
just too much.
No,
Mm.
no, I can't. My neck is already like, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So
Okay,
now
and
I'm
25 centigrade is 70, like 77, 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, yeah,
25. So you figure 30 is like 84,
something.
Probably something like that.
85.
Your
Yeah,
home, day
inside. That's
and night.
yeah,
Yes.
no.
So, why is this come to my head? But anyway, you know the song, who is it? Glorilla. It's 95
95.
degrees. So
Uh-huh.
what is that on Celsius? I have to
Oh,
Google.
Isn't it like 30?
It's 7 p.m. right?
yeah,
95 degrees.
95 degrees. Yeah, it's hot as hell. Just what it is.
It sounds hot.
Let's see.
No,
Sorry,
no,
this
that's a
one.
person. It's
It's
hot. It's hot. To be 7 p.m. and 95 is
Yeah.
hot.
Oh,
yeah.
that's 35 degrees Celsius. That
That's
is,
Yeah, 30, yeah,
the thing
35
is,
degrees.
like the
yeah, that
temperatures
is,
in the UK don't really reach like high numbers. I think
Mhm,
because the buildings are all built for winter,
yeah.
mhm.
it's not a dry heat, it's a wet, humid heat.
Yeah, it's just like it
Even
doesn't
though
move. There's
not as
nothing.
high as some places in America, it
Mhm,
feels more uncomfortable because of that
Yeah,
moisture
mhm.
element.
yeah, that's
So
Mm.
exactly.
yeah, so in 2020, I remember this is when I used to be into fitness and I would go outside for runs during the lockdown and it would feel like I was running in a wet blanket.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was just
Uh,
awful.
Yeah,
uh,
you.
One of my relatives in America, she lives in like a high-rise building and she doesn't have any aircon in her, like she aircon in her. Well, I don't know. Is it get aircon? I mean, well, she doesn't have aircon.
mhm.
So,
Mhm.
when I went there first to her house in 2005, I think it was, we went in August and it was extremely hot in there. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. It was so hot because also it's a bit cluttered as well. So the thing
Yeah.
is, heat gets trapped in clutter, I think, as well.
Mm,
So yeah, it
Yeah.
was absolutely sweltering in there.
yeah.
Wet, pure. But yeah.
No, it gets it gets warm. Like in an apartment, it gets usually like I know in the US the warm times are like 11 and 2 or 10 and 2 between those hours. That's like the hottest, I guess. Like 11 and 2, 11 and 3. Where
Mhm.
here it's like 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Mm.
Mm,
Very random.
Huh?
That's very
Yeah.
random.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between two, yeah,
yeah.
because in the States, usually they always say, be careful going out between 11 and 2. That's when it's
Yeah.
the highest, the hottest, blah, 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 blah. Here, 2 o'clock.
So does the
2:52.
sun rise later? Is that why? Like I don't
I don't know if
understand.
it wants to rise later or it gets it's got its groove on by 2. I don't know. But I I
Mm.
sat in the apartment one day and I was sitting here and all of a sudden it was creepy that all of a sudden it just all of a sudden got warm and
Oh,
warmer. And I was like, what the? And and I looked at the time and I went, dag,
is
it's
that
not
time?
over yet. Why is
Ah,
it not over yet?
mm,
And
Mhm.
and I didn't notice even when we used to gig before the pandemic, to be out at 3 or 4 o'clock and having to do a gig, and it's like 6:30, and it hasn't cooled down yet, and it feels even hotter. And then we've gotten up to temperatures like almost like 38. And the heat here, it's every now and then. Now it's getting a little bit more moist, but not crazy. But before it was just hot. Like in the sun, and if you went in the shade, you felt cool. But if you was in the sun, it was just going to be hot on you, and that's it. And it's the breathing, and the place is going to stay warm until the sun goes down, and then the temperature will go down. But other than that, I couldn't wait until it was over. I was like, I did not come here for this. I was like, please bring on the cool weather. Anything under 25 is fine. But no.
Yeah, I was definitely ready, quite ready for cool weather when it started being there. There's we had a lot of fun, a lot. I feel like a lot more than we usually have. Maybe I feel like, yeah, I was quite, I felt fine about the cooler weather when it started to come in. Obviously, didn't I never liked the rain, but this is England.
No, it's been raining here though. Now, like this week was just nasty. It wasn't even like just rain. It was like that. It was a little more than a drizzle, but not a pour down. But it was constant the whole time. Where an umbrella ain't gonna help you. And then it was windy, and I was like, oh my God. And then it got cold. So you gotta wear all the layers. I was like, I'm not happy about this week at all. I want to be inside my house. But what have y'all been doing otherwise? I mean, God, I had the thought in my head and it just disappeared because I am forgetting really quickly. I feel like a squirrel in my head. I will have a thought and it'll be like, poof, and I'll be like, wait, come
It's so annoying.
come back.
It's
You
so
were
annoying
just
that.
here.
Why
Yeah.
did you leave me?
Mm.
Oh man.
If that happens to me on like Instagram or any social media platform, I have to go and then look at the posts that I like Instagram stories. I'll go back in the stories to then see if the thought jumps into my head again that might have been related to the story or something.
Well, I'm here looking at y'all three. So
So it was about how our week has been, what we're doing.
no,
that
it's
we-
gone. I'm old. It's gone. It's all gone.
When that happens to me, I just let it go. I'm like, my brain is not gonna retrieve that. It's just not gonna happen. So
Mine, it comes back like I'm laying down for bed, and then the thought would be like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Girl, I can't do nothing about that now.
We've
I'm in the
moved on
bed."
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be something like I meant to go back and check at work, and I'm like, "Oh well, hopefully I'll remember tomorrow." Because if it's, I just wanted to go back and double check that. Girl, it's 9 o'clock at night. What are you? It's
What are you
gone.
checking? What are you planning on checking? Okay, I remember now. Oh, darn it. Oh no, I got it. No, I was gonna ask about anybody going to any concerts, comedy
no,
or otherwise. You ain't gonna go
I haven't been to a concert in years.
no more?
No.
In
Aw.
July.
Go ahead. Look at
July,
you, all
June.
smiles. Where'd you go?
Me and my sister went to see Beyonce.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cowboy Carter.
How was
That was
that?
absolutely, it was great. It was great. We weren't sitting too close, but I mean the screens were big enough, you know. So yeah, it was nice. It was fun. I won't say I had like my sister was very like she had learned all the songs of Cowboy Carter. I had so sometimes I was just like but but
You were like, la, 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 la.
yeah on the way in the car she was playing some of the songs And I was like, oh, that's the lyrics. Because I think she was playing it on, was she playing on Spotify or something? And you can see the lyrics of songs. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, okay. Those are the lyrics. That's what it says. Because I sometimes, like, I'm like this with quite a few songs, to be honest. Sometimes I hear I hear the general sound of it, and I think, oh, they're probably saying this, and then I'll find out later, oh, actually, no, they were absolutely not saying that. Um, like I thought, I don't know if it's any point trying to I don't know how familiar everyone is with Cowboy Carter, but there's a part of the lyric that goes uh it says the big idea, yeah. But I thought it said in my good day, yeah. So I was like so when I thought, oh, she's saying the big idea. Okay, cool. Because I was like, what? In my good day? I mean, they have religious themes in their songs. So I was like, okay, maybe it's like just, I don't know, a religious theme that she decided to say it. I was like, okay, the big idea. Okay, I'll be singing it correctly.
That's funny.
Oh, I listen to music with the lyrics. Like the first few times, I need to pull up the lyrics and listen to the song with the lyrics so I can
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
Because I don't be knowing what you're saying. My ears just don't work without the captions. I'm so sorry. Until I know, oh, okay, got it.
yeah. And some songs, it's cool to like mumble, slur into the next word, sort of thing like that. So it's like, what are you saying? I don't know.
I hate that. I hate the new generation of mumble singing rap crap.
Mm,
Turn it off. I can't turn it
I
off. Turn it off. I hate it so much. Then
yeah.
I'm like,
don't
oh
like it either.
girl, that's that 40. Yeah, creep. That's
No,
what
no, no, it's not.
no,
No, it's
you
that
don't think
mumble.
so?
It's the no, no. There are a lot of people, even outside of 40s, who are
Hmm.
not so. Oh
Into
my
it.
Lord, I was gonna say it in Swedish. Who are not so into the music of now, because you know
I'm
there's no mystery. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no
The
Oh,
soul
melodies,
to it.
yeah.
Not even just soul meaning like R&B soul. It's just
Mm,
everything just sounds so.
samey.
Yeah, everything sounds the same. It's just like a
mhm.
little, little, what is that thing called that goes around and around and around? Not a
Uh,
roller coaster, but just like
A
assembly belt.
merry-go-round.
No, like a conveyor
Oh,
belt.
okay.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Like a
just
conveyor.
putting it.
Recycled.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
just going
Hmm.
yeah.
around and
Hmm.
just maybe different voices doing it. And what bugged me out is that there's a group they had like 1 million followers, and I found out the group was it was AI. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
they have over 1 million followers on Spotify.
Oh
That's
my
interesting.
gosh.
AI, and they showed them,
That's
and I'm looking
interesting.
at them like they all look depressed and sad, and I'm like, why you make them look this way? And then the song titles, I'm like, who follows these sad song titles? I'm not
Mm,
even sad, but like depressing song titles. I'm like,
mm,
I don't think I'd even want to hear these songs. And they had over 1 million followers,
mm,
some AI group, and I was like, that is so messed up. That is so messed up. And most of the music
mm.
I have, even that I listen to, for the most part, is stuff that I heard as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
even on my like when I do massage, since I'm not so crazy about listening to pling pling music all the time, I can't.
That's pretty sweet
I
music.
call it pling.
Pling
like,
pling.
I know exactly what you mean.
Dun,
Is that
dun,
more
dun, dun,
soft
dun.
instrumental, just piano, dingy, dingy, dingy,
Yeah, or
Yeah.
the
soothing
pipes.
waterfall sounds.
Yeah, or the bells or the little jingling, and I'm
What the
like,
ambience type of music?
Yeah.
and it's
Oh.
like they're in there for 25 minutes or 30 minutes and they out of there. I'm listening to this crap for 5 and 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
Mm,
cannot do this. So that's why
yeah.
on mine I got R&B, like anything
Mm-hmm.
slow and just mellow. So
Mm-hmm.
I got
Mm,
Maxwell,
mm,
couple of
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell, got some Luther, Got some Mary
Mm-hmm.
J. I even got
Mm-hmm.
some Elton John, some George Michael.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got Beyonce on there.
Yeah,
Let
go
me see.
ahead.
I
How
got B
much
on
is it
there.
to get to Sweden?
I got some Yanni. I even got some Enya. So I got some soundtracks from movies.
Mhm.
People lay there, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
It's
I mean,
so funny.
whenever I've gone to like a spa to have like a facial or a massage, I haven't had that many in my life, but
Mhm.
the handful of times I've had it done, it's always what you call the pling pling music. And I was like,
Mhm.
I wonder if anyone actually plays like music,
Music, yeah.
music that people know. And
Hmm.
you're the first person I know who's mentioned. I was like, oh, I need to go find someone.
Yeah.
I
Because
think
of
the only time I heard like music is when I was having an MRI and they were
Oh
playing
yeah, no,
Usher in the
they do.
MRI.
Yeah, I had a CT scan like maybe earlier this year or last year. They were probably playing some R&B. I was thinking,
I was
oh
like,
okay.
"Hmm."
yeah, I cannot. I'm like, I need
You
something that
barely
I
hear it
can.
over the sound of the machine, but still.
Yeah.
I have some. Oh, I got some Sade. Yes, I do have Sade on there. I
Hmm.
have who else is on there? Not Shaka.
Hmm.
um what other women do I have up? Oh, I have what's that child's name? Who has the talk show?
The
The
child.
Jennifer
trouble with
Hudson.
love is no, not her, the white girl. Cute
Oh,
little
Kelly
Kelly
big
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
yes, Kelly.
Yes.
Got some Kelly
Uh,
up on there.
and your Lauren Hill?
No, I don't have
Like
Lauren
fair,
Hill.
fair, fair, fair.
I probably should, but I think because I didn't at the time I didn't have any songs of hers
Okay.
downloaded, and I don't have any of her CDs. That was probably why. But I mean, yeah, anything that has like a nice slow rhythm and
Mm,
it is on there. Whitney's on there.
That's cool.
Mary J. Blige is on there. Just popular stuff, and like I said, even movie soundtracks. I
mm.
love a good movie soundtrack. Gladiator makes me cry every time. Braveheart. The tears that come.
I haven't seen that movie in
No.
years.
Braveheart.
Yeah.
Bra-
I wonder if it would hit the same if I watched it now.
For me, this like certain like the music that I took, since I
Mm-hmm.
knew where it was from when I took it, I always remember the scene, and that's usually there's a couple of scenes like when he got married
Mm-hmm.
and when he was being executed,
Mm.
and that was a long one. Even to meet up with his oh, I didn't know they had a soundtrack. Oh, I need to check that out. And he
Mm,
went, yeah, he was being executed and and I always I know exactly when it's happening because then you hear the music change. And that's
Mm.
when I remember him looking into the crowd and he's seeing his wife walking through the crowd.
Mm.
She had already died, but he was just seeing her because he knows he's going to die. My mind always goes right there. And I'm like, I can't cry
mm.
on the massage patient.
And then they start feeling your tears drop on their back.
They're
What's
like,
that?
what's that? And now,
Certain special oil.
oh, stop. No, but it's cool and I like it even more. So I had one client, he gave me a CD of what movie? Not Aladdin, but Prince of
Egypt.
no.
No, no.
Uh
I love that soundtrack.
Yeah, me too. Oh my
Uh,
I
gosh.
think Jake
so good.
Gyllenhaal was like the it was like one of the
No.
main characters, the prince of somebody, but he literally gave me the CD. I have not listened to it yet, but I will because he said there's like some good ones on here too. I'm like, oh, thank you. But no,
Yeah.
I do the music, but I have one place that I go to and they literally ask me, they're like, it's really great, but can you have some music that's like really mellow, like trees and they want the trees and the birds and the stuff,
Same thing.
which is,
Uh,
I don't mind it. It's just all the time,
yeah,
but
you
it's
can
just that
have
one
all
place. And
day.
I said, sure. Because I have some of that on my music as well. So I did just pluck it off and just put it in a
Mm.
separate file. So when I go there, that's what I play there. So it's not horrible.
Mm,
My mind is as long as it's something I've listened to and I already like, it's not going to be a
yeah.
stress. It's only once in a while. I didn't
Mm.
know if Beale Street Can Talk had a soundtrack. I haven't even seen that. If Beale Street Can Talk, have y'all seen that?
What is Bill
Mm-mm.
Street? What is that?
It's
Um,
straight in Memphis. It's
is it a series
like
or
a
what?
oh, the
It was,
actual Bill Street. Never, I don't know. Let me not lie. I just know like it's an actual like blues
uh-huh.
place in Memphis where it's all like
Oh,
BB Kings and everything is like blues all down that strip. Blues and barbecue.
Oh, okay. No, I remember the title If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah, but I don't
Um,
know the movie.
because it was either a movie or a series. And I think
Yeah.
Regina King was in it,
Oh,
but I never saw it. I never got to see it. But I remember the title If Beale Street Could Talk. So that's something to check out. I need to.
quietly, please. Quietly, please. Thank you.
Is that your lovely sons?
Yeah, the oldest one. Yes, that's it. Quietly. Sorry.
You being a mom. I can't hear you.
Oh, because I muted you. Just quietly. I said quietly. I did say I did. I
You
could have
did.
sworn. Be, just go, please.
See, now we're just gonna watch you, Mo, while you.
Let's be fussing with
That's
kids.
okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I
It's all
feel
right.
like the next time you do a massage and someone asks for like sounds of nature,
Hmm.
maybe do like the kind of nature where a lion is hunting something. I think that would be cool.
But I gotta find that kind of sound.
Roaring and biting and screaming and be like it's nature. Hmm?
Well, I got one that's raining,
Yeah.
which is even not, I even enjoy listening to it. It's the beginnings and the whole thing. Like the rain, it starts,
Mhm.
and there's like light music behind it, so it kind of gives this atmosphere like you're almost in a forest. And it's a very
Mhm.
gentle kind of sound, and all of a sudden it has a downpour, and you hear the downpour of the rain. There are a few people who thought it was raining.
Oh.
outside. I'm like, no, it's not.
Mm,
But they were just in that mode of, they were in, and that I can listen to. I don't mind listening to that. That's because
mm,
it's not putting me to sleep,
Yeah.
where it
About
calms them. It's more calming and stuff like that. But,
Pride of
um,
Lions
yeah,
squaring off with a pack of hyenas.
I'm gonna find that baby.
And what would the review that they leave you be? Well,
Yeah,
I was
because
lying
I
on the
get good reviews and the people add my music. They're like, and she has such unusual music, and I'm like,
ah
and then I have people comment. Well, I heard that your music was unusual. So I want to.
Mhm.
You just came here to listen to the
USP.
music.
It's a
Mhm.
unique selling point.
Hmm.
You see,
Nature.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be like, caw. She's like, no, mountain lions, Molly,
Yeah,
they're
Ah,
prey.
you can have the birds too. Birds of prey.
a lion hunting an antelope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Okay,
Elephant
crocodile
speed.
biting the face off of a cow and yanking it
Yeah.
into the water and swinging it around.
Yep. Sounds of nature.
Do you know what's freakish?
Hmm?
The I
Mhm.
the videos of these people on these safaris,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden, a lion wants to be your friend, and he is
Oh.
walking up onto the darn truck,
Yeah,
and
no, no.
all of these people,
oh,
instead of peeing on themselves, well, no, they shouldn't pee on themselves because the lion is there. They're petting it like it's let me tell
they're
you what
petting it.
like it's a cat. Let me tell you something. You know why I say this? Because I was coming home one day. It was late at night, and I'm walking up the block, past the train station, up the path,
Hmm.
and I look forward and I see a fox.
Oh, fox. I'm thinking you were gonna say a
No,
lion. I was like,
I
lions
see
are
it. But
Sweden.
see, But see how you did that? You're like, oh, just a fox.
Because foxes are so popular here in London.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
they're around here too. And I hadn't seen one like close up. I knew they're
Yeah.
like like when I was at summer house, I see them all, mostly,
Yeah.
but I hadn't seen one like in town.
Mm.
So I'm walking through and I look and I see a fox crossing my path. He was a little further up, but he was crossing the path nonetheless. Part of me said, "Oh, a fox." My brain said, "It's a fox," and I'm like, "Oh, stop walking." Stop walking. Do not walk
Yeah.
up to the fox. That is not a dog.
It's not a dog.
Yeah.
It is not a dog. In my
Are they
head.
similar to the ones over here?
Huh?
The foxes in Sweden, are they like the foxes in the UK?
I don't know.
There's
we-
foxes in the UK, like, they're just seen as like pests. They're just seen as like
Yeah.
Like
raccoons.
a rat or a raccoon?
No.
Okay, I was like a rat.
Raccoon.
Like a raccoon.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but it's similar because they scavenge like the rubbish that's
Yeah.
around.
Mm.
Okay,
They-
but yeah, because that's what I figured he was there, probably scavenging.
Yeah.
But my thing was
Yeah.
like, it's a fox. It's not a dog. It's a fox. You don't walk up to it like, oh, how cute. No, don't. That was
Yeah.
my instinct. And the dog instinct went, oh, it's a fox, and the brain was like, "No, it's a fox. Stop walking." And I did. I stopped walking, and then I thought, don't look directly.
You don't
I
look
was
directly
doing
at it.
all the things. So I was looking to the side while looking at him because he was looking dead at me, and I'm thinking,
I don't want no problems, Mr. Fox. Don't
I
want no
don't-
problems with
no
it.
problem. You just
No problem.
mosey.
You got it. Yeah,
You-
you got it, sir.
And he looked, and I was like, I'm not looking at you.
Are they dangerous in Sweden?
Huh?
Are they dangerous in Sweden?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to be the one to tell them that they're dangerous. I'm not gonna be that one because no.
Yeah.
So and then he stopped and then he walked along. And I waited till he got all the way to the other side where the building was, almost to the point where I couldn't even see him anymore. And I said, okay. And I just walked up the path and kept going. And I was like, okay. But like thinking about that and then thinking about this safari thing these people are on, in these Jeeps, and the lion or comes onto their truck because they want to be playful, and they're like, oh, and they just petting it like, oh, they're the big cat, and I'm like, no, this big cat just playing with food. It's just trying to figure out which one of you might be the most tasty. As far as
Exactly.
I'm concerned, because all it takes is 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
He's messing with you like this, but that's how they play with their food.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
Some people don't value their life.
Mm,
Some people
I mean,
are just like, yeah, we'll just do crazy things. Like that.
And
exactly.
it's just
Mhm.
ridiculous. And there's one guy, this one time they were showing this truck. Apparently, the people were kind of frightened. The lion, it was a lion, I think. It got up into the truck and it's going through. But as people are like just kind of sitting there very still, and it's kind of just going through them, that when whoever he gets past, they're getting off they're running off the pickup. They're running off of it. The one guy who's left, he's in the back, and he's got to sit there and wait. And he's sitting there, and this line is just like kind of walking on him and around him, and he is like dead still. And I thought to myself, "You're gonna be lunch." And then he finally kind of scooted away and got off. But I'm thinking to myself, no, why are you having these tours in these Jeeps with no protection?
Why are they even offering that as a thing to do? I don't understand.
Because they
And
go
why
into
would
the
they
Sahara, they want these safari rides. Just like the people who drive through those safari rides in their car, and then they see a bear, and they get out their car.
They get out their car. What?
I'm like, idiot.
Life isn't dangerous enough for them. They have to go seek danger. They want to spend their good money to go
That's
seek
because
danger.
we we have had our extreme sport time already.
Yeah, yeah, we're
They
done.
apparently have not. You know,
Mm-mm.
Yo,
that's all I gear it to. I have a friend of mine. He's
people
like, "Oh, we're gonna
who
do-" I said, "See,
seek out
y'all,
these kinds
my
of
life is an extreme sport. I
yeah,
don't need that."
people who seek out these kinds of experiences have had far too much enjoyment in life. That's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to find a way to make themselves, sad.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
no.
might consider going skydiving. I don't know if anybody else would.
Mm.
Now, see, I don't know, but skydiving, there's I can tolerate fine. You want to be jumping out of a plane. I'm not going to be jumping out of a plane, but if that's something you want to do.
Oh,
Hey,
oh, I
Absolutely
see.
not.
You're saying.
Tahir can jump out the plane now. Think about that. He was going to do it, but we couldn't do it because he was too heavy at the
Oh,
time. So now he can.
really?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
gonna. A few years ago, he went. Went all through the training and the instruction and everything, but he was too heavy. So, but they allowed him to come up in the plane, but he couldn't jump out.
I just
Wow.
Well, that was God's grace saving him. Because for what reason are you trying to? You too, cat. Don't jump out no daggone plane.
so you know what you just said about God's grace, but so I feel like, are you trying to test God?
Yeah, I guess
When
that's.
because
Yeah,
because to me, like if you're asking God to keep you safe, then why go do these? Why?
that is true, to be honest.
Because then God's like, well, you don't want to be safe because
Yeah, you don't want to live.
You want to be reckless.
right.
You want to be reckless with the
Yeah.
wretched.
Funny we were
Yeah.
talking about this because the other day I was having a debate with a couple of my colleagues at work because I get into these weird black holes on YouTube and Google in general. I somehow ended up looking up how many people have died climbing Mount Everest.
Mm.
Oh, it's a
And like
huge number.
it's a big number, and reading like the individual stories of how they all, because some of them died in like different ways. Some of them were like passed by like multiple climbers. They could see that this person is in distress and they just didn't
Wow.
do anything to save them.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh.
And I'm just like, but when you read about this mountain, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them will be like, oh, I just got married 2 years ago. I've had my first child, and now I'm going to go die on this mountain.
I know, like you have
What? I'm confused.
responsibility.
I'm so confused. And then some of them will be like, oh, it's not hard enough. I'm going to climb the mountain without oxygen. Why?
And without Sherpas.
Yeah. Or I'm going to climb without this or whatever, some key piece of equipment that you need for survival. They'll be like, I'm going to do it without that. And I'm like, is the
Because
mountain not has
Dangerous
it not
enough.
killed enough people for you to know?
And people still keep climbing it to
Yeah.
passing dead bodies as they continue.
Yeah, they use the bodies as landmarks.
oh
Yeah.
my
There was one that they
gosh.
Yeah.
called green boots because it was wearing bright green snow boots
Yep.
when he died.
Yep.
And the body's just been there for decades and they use it as a landmark. They're like, oh, if you go past green boots, then you know you're this far up the mountain or whatever. There was another one called Sleeping Beauty. She looked like she was just taking a nap on the side of the mountain for like 10 years before her body blew away. Yeah. And then there's another one who's like sitting with her eyes open as if she's just staring at you. But she's dead. She's been dead for years. I was like, what is this? And you're choosing this.
And
Well,
I'm thinking, why don't they bring them down? Why
exactly.
hasn't
Or a
It's too
helicopter
dangerous.
come and airlift
They
the
try it.
bodies?
I guess the
The
helicopter,
vast
maybe the
majority of
wind
the bodies have been left because it's too dangerous to bring a crew to find them
to find them and take
and
them
then to
down.
bring them back down because the people that will go looking for them will probably end up dying on the
That's so
way.
crazy.
So it's just like,
Well, do you know what
Yeah, why?
Oh, go on, Mo.
No, I was just gonna say, why send people that are alive up there to recover somebody
Yeah,
to
no,
die?
I guess
Yeah, when they could
I
die
don't
too.
know. But then when I was looking at the statistic, they said that over 12,000 people have climbed Everest, but
Okay.
only about 400 of them have died. And let's say 350 of those 400 are still on the mountain.
Oh, that you just heard. I heard a bigger number in the thousands
Oh, I
regarding
don't
how
know.
many
Or
are up
still on the
there.
mountain?
It could be more because maybe they've only counted the famous Europeans or people from outside of that
Maybe.
area.
Yeah.
Maybe over
Maybe.
the hundreds of years, like locals have gone up there and been lost, and we don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's
So,
just like, but I just don't understand the reason why, because it's like the first person has already been the first person to do it.
Yeah.
So why do you need to go do
because they want to be
I
the
was
last.
gonna
I
say
want this to be the last thing I do.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, V, at least you didn't fund somebody going up to Everest because
Oh, it's very expensive.
you were
It's very
asked about it, weren't you?
Yeah, it's very expensive. Like, I think to have like the guide and the training and the stay at the base camp and all of this stuff is
Mm.
like thousands.
My
And I'm just like,
gosh.
so you're paying all this money to die?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Or to
That's
visit dead
crazy.
bodies, suffer. Visit dead bodies, suffer, be freezing.
Lose
Like,
limbs to frostbite, you know?
No.
no.
No,
Mhm.
no,
Mm.
no.
Even I think you all know that I do this indoor climbing every now and
Mm-hmm.
again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, including one of my friend who got me into it, like some of the whole group, they do outdoor climbing, like up the side of the mountains. I said no, I don't want to do it because I mean, I think it's pretty secure. Even the indoor climbing is pretty secure, but I'm like, if if anything, if the worst happens, I'll fall on the floor with the carpet on it. I won't be falling on the rock and dying. People have died climbing. People have died like maybe
Mhm.
they've slipped or whatever and they've died, and but they've been doing this enjoyable activity, but yeah, and some people get really into it, like it's like their oxygen to just climb. They want to climb all the time. So these are the real daredevils, but me.
There was this Sherpa who had climbed Everest 10 times, and on the 10th time, he fell down a crevasse taking a photo and died. I was like, so the first couple of times wasn't enough. You just had to keep going until it killed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably didn't have like, well, I don't know. I can't assume. I was gonna say maybe they didn't have like much
I
else to, but
there
at the same
was
time,
there was a guy from New Zealand, I can't remember his name, but the first time he tried to climb Everest, he got frostbite in his legs, and they basically had to amputate both of his legs. And then even with prosthetic legs,
He's
he climbed
still.
the mountain again, but the media blamed him for the death of another famous climber, because that climber was sitting in a cave on the side of Everest, like basically dying for like hours. And like 30 to 40 people went past him and saw him. Some tried to help him, but then were like, oh, we can't help you, and just carried on. And this guy who had lost his legs was one of them. And he got to the top, got back down. And then the people were like, why did you leave him on the mat?
Yeah.
I was like, he's already given his legs for the mountains. So
I
He's
mean,
already given his legs.
He
no, he
did.
did. He literally
He
did.
did. Legit.
I was like,
crazy.
I mean, we
I'm
have
like,
our highest
oh,
mountain is called 𝐒𝐤𝐞𝐢𝐚𝐥. It's really, I don't know how high it is. I know I've had friends who have done it. Like they're like, yeah, I did. And my mind is like, okay. And I know for a lot of them, it's just like something, I want to do this, and they did it. But I thought, oh, Jermaine, you got to do it. No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't have to do
Yeah.
that. That's not on my bucket list at all.
I
Just,
mean,
I can walk to the park
hey,
and back.
there you go. There you
I
go.
mean,
There you go. That's it.
I will do.
There you go. I
like,
I can walk. I walk if I have to from town home because
Mhm.
I'll do that
yeah,
because flat ground. I'll figure it out. But I'm going
yeah.
home. I know my destination. I know there's an end. I'm not climbing up. a mountain, having to use tools, having to take pauses and eat food in order to have the energy to climb up even
Yeah.
more and have the air thin out.
Mm-hmm.
And me still have to climb and
Mm-hmm.
carry and then climb back down.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, no, it should be like I get to the top,
And
yes,
your
and there should be
airlift
like a
down.
air thing, the little ride thing they got at like at
Yeah.
the ski places, and said, okay, hop on here, we're gonna take you back
Yeah.
down. I've accomplished what I needed to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I get my ride back down. I'm not trying to, Oh, you got to challenge yourself. I walk out that door. I challenge. That's a challenge every
Yeah.
day.
Mm.
I get on
Getting
the
out of bed.
getting on the train is a
Yeah.
challenge.
Crossing the
Challenge every
road.
day. Yeah.
The thing is, even
I'm
the
Dating.
mundane things could kill you. So why would I deliberately increase that risk?
that is I
I
told
love
you
crossing the road.
because there are people in this world who don't have enough extreme in their life. They
Mm-hmm.
like to be
Find a way to be
extreme.
sad
We call
because
them
there's no way
extremists.
there's no way you're enjoying. Like even the people who want to climb, I'm like, so when you're on the mountain doing -50 and there's pain all over your body because of how cold it is, and you can barely breathe because there's no oxygen, you're trying to tell me that you're enjoying this. You're not. You're trying to feel sad.
Is there is something that is a kind of thing where people like they look for pain, like they like the feeling, isn't it?
Mhm.
There's something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. Yeah, never mind. That should stay in the bedroom, baby. You should not just leave it.
No. Oh.
Just leave it there. Don't take it out of the
I'm
regular life.
You
sorry.
want
Yeah,
pain? Give me
I
your
just
hand.
clocked
I got a hammer.
yeah. Just leave it up there. Don't take it out of the real life outside the world and don't, dummy.
It's I have to leave that alone. I'm not even gonna touch that kind of
I
stuff
don't.
because I just don't understand. I don't understand it, the extreme stuff, the extreme sports, the extreme this, and we're gonna climb top of this mountain. We're going the bike riders, with the skateboard, the this, and we're gonna do it on skates, and then we're gonna be running up this hill, and then we're gonna do it barefoot, and then we're gonna run over and let me see. Oh, what I know what it was. We started talking about animals, right? What popped into my head? This was also during the pandemic. Um, Everyone was like walking in the forest and stuff like that, and apparently, I know y'all saw this. There was a guy who was filming. Uh, it wasn't a lion, but a mountain lion, maybe. I don't know. No, not a mountain lion because they're big. A leopard? No.
Like a
Well,
bobcat, maybe
it might have
like
been.
a bobcat.
It might have been a bobcat. It was bigger than that, but he was just like jogging, running through whatever forest or wherever area this was, and there were babies on one side, like baby lions, or it could have been, and then the mama was on the other side. He didn't see the
Mm.
mama, and all mama saw was this man running by her babies. And he turned around. He had this film. I'm sure I could find it. He filmed. I thought to myself, "You gonna film your death? You keep this shit. You keep this up." He filmed this mountain lion chasing him. It was like it was charging him and then stopping and then charging and stopping.
Um,
You remember that?
mm,
He could never like just run outright run and he never turned his back. Because guaranteed, this brother, he was moving real quick to try to back up and throwing rocks and everything and running. But he was literally kind of like running backwards. But you can only go
mm-hmm.
so fast because he didn't want to fall. And then he's filming it. And she would wait and he'd get a distance. And she, like 3 or 4 leaps, she was already in his face again. And he's like going backwards and going backwards. And she's like, she, for a long period of time, a big distance to the
I
point
would have to
where all of a sudden, I guess I don't know what came into her head. Maybe, ooh, I'm too far away from my babies, and then she
Mm-hmm.
ultimately turned and went back. I
I
thought
would
to
be a
myself, you
Veronica
would have been
snack.
filming your own death.
I would have been a Veronica snack.
Yeah,
There's just
me too.
this. I would not have this. The fear alone would paralyze me. I would not even be able to run.
Literally.
And the
I
fact
would
that he
Apart,
filmed the whole
scream
thing
and
was
collapse, and then
crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would just
I
faint.
would have been eight. Yeah.
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 I would have just a little TT down my leg and I would have been standing there like,
Just
ah,
exactly. Yeah, I would wet myself first and
Yep.
then expire.
yeah.
Yep.
And
And
I,
pray that I died from the shock before I felt the pain.
You know what? It's so
Yeah.
I was watching, I don't know why my parents showed us these like films about the rapture as children and stuff like that. But basically I
Oh,
was watching one, I remember one I was watching as a child, and like the soldiers were chasing, like the rapture had happened, but one of the Christian women was not raptured. Uh, you all know what I mean by rapture, right?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And then
Wasn't that a thing
and
recently?
uh-huh.
yes.
mhm.
Where everyone
And
thought the
That was,
rapture had happened? Or was
oh
that?
yeah,
mm-hmm.
no, actually. Oh yeah, actually. Yeah, we're still here actually. Yeah, and the soldiers were chasing her and like to come kill her, and she just prayed, Lord, into your hands I commit my spirit, and then she just died. And I kind of thought, okay, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I need to like just get out of here. Pronto. I'm just gonna pray. That's what I thought
That
at the
looked
time.
like magic. Lord.
As a child. I mean, children, what else can you think? That's what I'm gonna do
True
if
that.
I'm left behind.
True that.
Oh
There's
gosh.
a commercial. I think it's on Instagram. No, I can't. I don't know. It was it reminded me of Paradise. If you ever saw the series Paradise.
No.
No, oh
But
gosh. I'm trying to think what show did this. Okay, no show that I can even think of. But in instance, it was separating the people and taking the people who did not originate from here, who came here on the boat, meaning not our boat, but the pilgrim boat, taking them back to where they belong. And they was breaking up families and they was rounding them all up, saying, y'all gonna be going back to it. We gonna take y'all to one place so y'all can be there. And I thought to myself, hmm, that's interesting. And there was one woman, she was like, tell them I'm with you. Tell them we're a family. It was a black dude. And she was telling him, "Tell them I'm with you." And he's like, you can't tell me who my family is. And all these soldiers were surrounding him. And I'm thinking to myself, is this an actual show? Or is this just an Instagram thing? Because I don't know if I like it. If I don't like it, I think it'd be an interesting show. It would be interesting to see. But I was like, this is crazy. They just putting all the things out here on screen and doing all the films. I was like, "Mm." No, but okay, back to animals. The worst I think I ever saw was one in India where I don't know, there must have been a classroom or a bunch of college. I can't tell because it's all so slim. But it was a lion pit that you can look down into. And everyone's standing above it, of course, and the pit's way down. Apparently, one of them idiots either fell in or slipped in. They might have been sitting on the edge of this whatever, edge, and they slipped in. And he was down there. Now that someone filmed this whole thing, this whole activity, and I don't know how long this guy was down there, and I don't remember how long this film was. It was at least 5 minutes. But this lion, he tried to paste himself against the wall. No, and I'm like, where are the keepers? Where are the the handlers to get this guy out? Lion walked up to him, was playing with him, like playing with your food, and hitting him and slapping at him and knocking him and everything. And then he'd walk away, and they were trying to get him out, but they could, it was too far down. They couldn't get him. They couldn't even like make a string of coats to try to pull him up because then the lion pulled him back down. Mind you, no one is still coming in there. Then finally, I guess he wanted lunch. And so he went, he started slapping him up again, and then just said, screw it, and by his head, pulled him, and then bit again, and just dragged him into the rest of the pen. And I was like, I
Wait,
don't.
this was a video.
Yeah, someone had filmed it. It was happening, and it was in India. I was
That-
like, you didn't
That's
see
gotta
like
be
the
a horrible
destruction of
way
it all,
to.
but yeah, I
That's
thought to
gotta be.
myself, no,
How did he end up in there?
he might have slipped and fallen. You know, he might have been sitting on the edge of the. You know how you have like the line. It's a line. It was like a line pit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a wall here that you can like stand
Oh,
and look over, and the pit
oh.
was way down. So either he might have been sitting on the side, or he could have been playing around. He could have been walking on it. Whatever he was doing, whatever happened, and he went down, and he was down there. And from the video, you see he's down there.
Oh
And
man.
no one did anything.
They couldn't do anything. But that's the whole thing. I was like, he's done it for a while. Where are the handlers? You know, the people who were in charge of this thing. Nobody was down there. So he just got.
Oh,
It was very sad.
that sounds very sad. And he must have been terrified.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That was the
That's a
scary
Oh,
horrible
part.
way. That's a
That was the
horrible way to die.
Yeah. So all these people sitting there in their little safari trucks with lions walking around them, going, "Oh, it's so nice. It's so pretty." No, it's not
oh.
so nice. It's not so
I
pretty.
watched a video online of this lady. I guess she was out on safari. I don't know where she was, but she was patting this tiger, and the tiger was just sitting there at first, and then the tiger was like, "I'm gonna use these teeth," and she's like trying to, she's
We
trying
use
to
these teeth.
like push him
I
off, and he's
mean,
just casually like nip, nip, nip with his. I was like, why were you there in the first place? Why did you think it would be cool to pet him as if he was like some little domesticated kitten? He's not. He's a fully grown tiger. It was just her brain was not braining in that moment. It was not.
because what are we doing here?
Why?
That was so funny. Just like, oh yeah, I have teeth.
Basically.
No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. See, I could not. I could not. I don't understand. People are stupid. I don't get
These
it.
these
I don't
lions
get
and
it.
tigers, they must when these people are in the trucks and on the outside and walking whatever, petting whatever, they must be like, yo, y'all don't know what we about to do.
It's a buffet.
They're probably seeing it as like, oh, delivery, Uber Eats.
Did somebody say just eat?
I didn't even have to go hunt this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you don't have to chase. We are easy prey. Easy. We
Yeah.
can't fight. We can't run. We just ate.
We just there. We just
Yeah,
gonna
we just
be.
ate. Ain't nothing we can do. Unless you got a gun, baby. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't outrun no tiger. You can't juke it. You can't do nothing but be ate.
Can't tell it to go away because
Mhm.
what? Like
All
that's
right.
yeah.
Well, I know V, you gotta go. Can you say like 5 more
Okay.
minutes so we can do like I find like would you rather
Okay.
that I want to do, and then we'll hit the road. It would because I was binge watching Squad this week, just trying to catch up, and I because I like watching them. And there's one that said, "Would you rather have a 10 hour 10 hours a middle seat flight with no internet versus a first class seat with no entertainment?"
Sorry, say that again.
It's a 10-hour flight. You have a middle seat with with internet. Would you rather have that versus a first class seat with no entertainment?
Oh, I thought you said a middle seat with no internet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, the middle seat flight with internet
Oh,
versus a first class seat with no entertainment.
If you're in the middle seat, say you have people sitting beside you,
Mm-hmm.
both sides,
You still have no internet.
and I've got no leg room, but I've got the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have with internet. But the first
What's
class seat,
happening
you
in the
have
first,
nothing. You have no entertainment.
so I don't have a book. I don't have my crochet. I don't have what
Nothing.
No
Nothing.
crochet.
but I mean you'll still have like the first class things like
yeah.
slightly better foods
Mm-hmm.
and leg
Space.
room.
Mm-hmm. You'll have the first class amenities, but you just won't have any entertainment.
I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll do first class because as
Do
long
first
as it's a window seat and I can like, oh, watch, look at that cloud. That cloud looks like a star. This cloud looks like I can, but I can handle that.
class. Yeah.
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 I would do first class as well because yeah, even to be honest, not as if I'm always on flights, but I found that like last was on a flight, like trying to watch something, it was like
Oh,
I'm hearing too much noise, even though I've got earphones in. I'm hearing too much noise. I can't pay attention. So
Mm.
what's the point really? So, and obviously you have to put your phone on airplane mode on the airplane. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would just take the first class experience.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Internet on the plane isn't that good anyway. Half the time it
Huh?
doesn't work.
Oh,
I said
Mm.
internet on the plane isn't any good anyway. You can't watch anything because it's not strong enough.
mm. Mm.
Mm.
True that. No, I definitely go for I'm not sitting in the middle seat at all.
Yeah.
No.
I no.
Mhm.
No, no, no. Aisle or window, depending on how long the flight is, aisle or window.
Yeah.
And no, I don't need it to. In fact, one time I was going to the U.S. and I had a business seat. Oh no, maybe it was like it was a business or first class seat. And the entertainment stuff didn't work. And
Mm.
she was going to change my seat, but I'd already fallen asleep. Must have been from the champagne.
Yeah, see, first class
Listen.
business,
There are certain benefits. I don't mind. I don't
Mhm.
mind.
Mm.
I see.
It
I
won't
forgot
take
about the
much
alcohol.
champagne to put me to sleep. It won't take much. All I need
That's
is maybe a glass or glass and a half, and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep.
don't need much. It is not.
Mm-mm.
I fell asleep. I woke up. I was like, I can go to sleep again. I was stretched out. I was fine and dandy. But I'm so glad you girls were here. It was nice talking to you guys today. We gotta make a point of trying to doing this next month. At least a
Okay.
little bit more regular. At least after Thanksgiving, we all got to get together because I want to find out what y'all did. Well, okay, Kathy, I know you envy, no,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Because I was gonna be like, when even is Thanksgiving? I still can't remember what day
Is
of
it like
20,
Thanksgiving.
the 23rd of
the
November?
27th. It's
Oh,
the
it was
last. It's a
close.
It's
Thursday.
the last Thursday of the
Yep.
month. It's not a
Oh,
like.
so it moves. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
last Thursday of the month because the next day is always
Oh.
Black Friday, which is when we're not supposed to shop till I think it's Black Friday until this December 2nd. There's a thing going around.
I don't know. My wallet couldn't afford it no way. So whether it was regular Saturday,
Oh.
Blue Monday, Yellow Tuesday, my wallet's like, girl, you will
What?
be.
You pour every day. You can't be
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah. No, no. Ain't no shopping. Ain't no shopping, sis.
Yeah, I bought my last thing just recently, and it was for work. I was
Mm.
like, "Dang, I gotta buy stuff, and it's not even for me; it's for work." I said, "All right,
Yeah,
fine."
it's a necessity
Yeah,
more
it was a
than yeah.
necessity. So
Yeah.
I'm ready for the year. But I'm glad I got to speak to you girls, and I'm
Thank
glad the few
you.
people that came in. I'm glad you came by.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know people come later, always come later on and watch, and then they start emailing me questions. And yes, I've gotten emails from about most of y'all. Well, not you, Kelly, but asking, who are they? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay. I'm just waiting for it to be like, somewhat of substance.
Are they
Oh,
single?
Oh, you mean in that way? I was like, huh?
oh,
They have to, be, have to earn you.
Imagine that.
yeah, just
Gosh.
be decent human. It would be great, but here we
This is
go.
true. Decent Human is very good.
Decent
Yeah.
human.
All right, we'll check out the Decent Humans. But I'm glad you guys were here this evening, and thank you others for coming by for Zooming in Comfort. And we'll see you next time. Take care, ladies.
Bye.
It's up.
Okay.